Welcome to our InFlow inventory demonstration. We are starting a series where we review third-party solutions that work well with QuickBooks. We offer a free consultation to help you decide which software solutions are the best for your company. We can also work with you, your staff, and accountant during the implementation process. Let's get started. Hi everyone, my name is Rayanne Salter and I'm a QuickBooks solution provider. I specialize with QuickBooks products, but also third-party solutions that work well with QuickBooks. I'm guessing you've experienced add-ons to QuickBooks, promising that it works well with your QuickBooks subscription, only to realize too late after the purchase that their interpretation of integration is different than what you needed. I know it can get frustrating out there finding the best accounting and inventory solution with so many options. Schedule a free, unbiased consultation with me to talk about the right QuickBooks software along with the best third-party solutions based on your software needs. I can give you a price quote along with wholesale pricing for QuickBooks software as well. Today, I'm going to go through a demo of how InFlow inventory software works along with how it integrates with QuickBooks Online along each step of the inventory process. Please click in the link below to get your 14-day InFlow free trial to test for yourself. In this video, we will start with how to create a product, take an order your products, then we will go through how to create and build a kit, and then finally how to manufacture a finished product. We will then go through some inventory reports that I think will be very helpful to you. If you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. One of the most important features of any inventory program is their inventory list. From the home page of the InFlow app, click on Product List. Here you will see your product and service listings. You can search for your particular products by clicking on the magnifying glass to type your information. You can choose all filters to choose your searching criteria. Click on the filter field, such as category, to search for spring products. The product list will display the picture, product name, and SKU number, category, global quantity in stock, and the retail price. To see the details of the product, click in the product row. Choose the Reorder button to create purchase orders for anticipated quantity and reorder points. Now, let's choose the new product to start the process of creating a product. Keep in mind, you can import products through a CSV format from the Import section from the home page if you have many products to enter at once. Otherwise, start with the product name you would like to create. This can be either a name and/or number, depending on how you want to search for the particular product or service. For product type, choose whether you need a stock product, which are physical products you need to keep track of for inventory. Choose serialized product for items that require a unique serial number for each unit. Choose non-stock product for items that are not tracked by quantity, but you need to assign cost and prices to them. Choose the service category, such as labor, for cost and pricing that needs to be tracked. I'm going to choose stock product, then create. On the left-hand side of the screen, you will see the product list. I'm actually going to choose Adept Sunglasses so you can get more understanding of the product screen. You can add pictures of your product so that your team can easily identify the product. Your SKU number is a unique code that will identify a product for marketing or website selling along with the description of the product. Choose your product category or manage categories to add a new category. Enter your barcode of the product for scanning purposes. Next, enter your product measurements and units of measure information if used. For custom fields, you can use a field already added or create a new custom field if needed. Under the Overview tab, you will see the global quantity on hand along with the location quantity on hand. Underneath the blue box, you will see the quantity breakdown of amounts on hand, reserved for orders, and available in stock. The other section will show picked products, on order through purchase orders, and any items in transit between locations. Here is where you add your customer pricing. You can have multiple pricing tiers set up for each product. Right below that shows your cost. This will be the amount you pay your vendors. Your cost can be based from moving average, FIFO, or LIFO costing method. The cost amount is what moves over to QuickBooks Cost of Goods Sold once the product order is fulfilled. Enter any remarks that pertain to the product or service. In the Reorder settings section, you can choose your location and default sublocation. Choose the method how your product is restocked and your minimum reorder point and what your default quantity field is when the item needs to be restocked. The product vendor section will show the vendors you purchase your product through along with your vendor's product code and vendor price. Order history will show the order and number information, order status date, location, quantity, and subtotal. You can hover over the order number and choose the icon to see the actual order for more detailed information. Movement history shows a history of all orders and the quantity changes. In the upper right-hand corner, you can deactivate a product, copy to create a similar product, or print labels for the product. To set up a bill of materials for a product, we need to go to InFlow's desktop on-premise version. Let's choose the Inceptor gift set. On the bottom of the tabs, choose Bill of Materials. Here you can add your component parts, or otherwise known as a recipe of raw materials to create a finalized product. Here is where you're going to add your bill of materials and subassemblies. That completes product creation. Now let's create a sales quote. Sales quotes can be created through Windows Desktop, from the web, or mobile device. Sales quotes are also known as an estimate or proposal that you send to your customer. Let's go through the sales quote process. From the main menu, choose the new sales quote under the sales section. First, let's choose the customer or create a new customer. The customer information will then pull into the sales quote. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can view all your open and in-progress sales orders if needed. Next, enter the order date and then click in the Assign To so that you can choose the team member who is responsible for the order. Add a PO number if received from your customer. If you will be shipping items to your customers, toggle the Include Shipping button to the right side so that your warehouse staff will know where to ship this order. Also add payment terms. In the Product and Description section, select or scan the items you are quoting to your customer. Add any freight charges if you need to. You can add non-customer costs such as labor or shipping that will be applied among the products for accurate costing. It's kind of also known as landed cost. You can enter a due date, a customer's tax requirement, pricing, and currency tier, and a required ship date, if applicable. Keep in mind, converting a quote to an order will remove the entire quote entirely. If you want to keep a copy of the quote, click Copy Quote at the top of the screen. You can print the quote, email the quote to your customer, or cancel the order. Once a quote has been accepted by the customer, the next step is to convert the quote into an order. You make any changes to the sales order as needed. You can copy the order, print the quote, email the actual quote to your customer or a warehouse worker. In some cases, you may need to convert back to a quote, unconfirm the order, or cancel the order. Now there are two ways to fulfill orders in InFlow. You can physically pick your items, or you can scan your items through a barcode scanner or mobile device. First, I will take you through manually fulfilling your order. In the sales order, choose the Pick tab. Click the Autofill button. This will automatically add all items for the sales order into the Pick tab. Otherwise, you can pick the items manually by entering the quantity directly into the Pick tab. Keep in mind, if you named your sublocations for optimized picking, your items will be listed in an optimized picking order when you use the autofill button. Once the items on your order have been picked, you're ready to ship them out. As you pack each item, enter the item's name and quantity in the product details section. Once your items are picked, choose the Ship tab. Begin packing the picked items. Again, you can click the autofill button to automatically add all your items in the Ship section, or enter the items manually by entering the products individually. You can return the order and restock to the correct locations. To fulfill the order through a mobile scanner, follow these instructions. First, you can use a mobile device or purchase InFlow Smart Scanner. Save that fast 5 times. I'm going to take you through my app from my Android device. To fulfill the order, start with Pick Sales Orders. One way for easy picking is to choose Filter and then Assign To. Another way to search is to choose Sort By and then how you want to sort the orders. You can search by barcode for picking, or you can click into the actual order. I would suggest to click on Guided for easy picking. This shows the product number, location, sublocation, otherwise known as bin location, and the quantity. The pictures show for easy picking. They can edit the location if needed, or choose partial pick if needed as well. Once you scan your items or manually pick the entire order, choose Continue and Save. To ship the order, click on Sales Orders, filter and or choose your sales orders, add any freight cost, choose any other actions with the sales order, and then complete Choose Ship Order. Enter the shipment details and complete shipment. And now, once you fulfill the order, go back to the sales order to mark as paid or simply invoiced if you will send the invoice and get paid through QuickBooks Online. Once you mark it as invoice, it will automatically flow into QuickBooks Online. Check in the upper right-hand corner to confirm that it was invoiced. Now let's go to QuickBooks Online to see how the transaction moves over. In QuickBooks Online, let's search for the customer. The transaction is showing in QuickBooks. You can email it from here and get paid through ACH or credit cards. The transaction journal entry shows it deducts from your inventory asset account and increases your cost of goods sold with the costing method you had chosen. In the report section of InFlow, choose Sales, then Sales Order Summary. You can choose the filters you want to search by, choose the status, such as to view only, unfulfilled, started, and or fulfilled sales orders, along with whether to add any other criteria for customizing your report. In the on-premise Windows version, you can click on Sales and choose to view unfulfilled, unpaid, uninvoiced, and recent orders, along with any orders assigned to me. Now let's talk about ordering inventory. First, we need to create a purchase quote. Purchase quotes can be created through Windows Desktop, from the web, or a mobile device. Purchase quotes can be used to track quotes that you've sent out or received from potential vendors when bidding for your purchase orders. From the main menu, choose New Purchase Quote under the Purchase section. First, let's choose your vendor or create a new vendor. The vendor information will pull into your QuickBooks quote. On the left-hand side of your screen, you can view all your open and in-progress purchase orders as needed. Next, enter the quote date and then click in the Assign To so you can choose the team member who is responsible for the order. Toggle the Include Shipping button to the right side so that your vendor knows where to send the shipment. In the Product and Description section, select or scan the items you are requesting for a price quote. To send your vendor a request for quote, click on the Print or Email button at the top of the purchase quote. In the drop-down menu, click on Request for Quote to your vendor, or you can print the quote, email the quote to your customer, or cancel the quote. Once you decide which vendor quote to accept, the next step is to convert the quote into an order. Keep in mind, converting a quote to an order will remove the entire quote entirely. If you want to keep a copy of the quote, click Copy Quote at the top of the screen. Next, add the warehouse location to receive the items if known. Add payment terms and vendor order number. Add any freight charges if it applies. Enter the carrier you prefer to use. You can add non-customer costs such as labor or shipping that will be applied among the products for accurate costing. Enter a due date, vendor's tax requirement, currency, and required ship date. Add any custom information that you added and any remarks pertaining to this purchase order. You can copy the order, print, and email the purchase order, receiving note, or the purchase invoice. You can also print barcode labels for your products. In some cases, you may need to convert back to a quote or cancel the order. There are two ways to receive orders in InFlow. You can manually add your items, or you can scan your items through a barcode scanner or mobile device. First, I will take you through manually receiving your order. In the purchase order, choose the Receive tab. Click the Autofill button. This will automatically add all the items for the purchase order into the Receive tab. Here you can change the quantity and delete items where the item hasn't been shipped yet. To fulfill the order through a mobile scanner, let's follow these instructions. First, you can use a mobile device or InFlow Smart Scanner. I'm going to take you through my app from my Android device. To receive the order, choose Receive Purchase Orders. One way for easy picking is to choose Filter by Location and/or Assign To. Another way to search is to choose Sort By and then how you want to sort the orders. You can also search by barcode for receiving, or you can click into the actual order. Here, you can sort your products. You can scan the products, partially receive, edit location, and add unexpected products. You can autofill products as well, like you can from the web page. Once you've scanned your items, choose Continue and Save. You can keep receiving purchase orders until finished. Now, let's go back to the web app and confirm that the items were received. You can also return or unstock any products as needed. Once your item is received, it creates a bill in QuickBooks Online. Check in the upper right-hand corner to confirm that it was fulfilled. Now let's go to QuickBooks Online to see how the transaction moves over. In QuickBooks Online, let's search for the vendor. The transaction is showing in QuickBooks. The transaction journal entry increases your inventory asset account and adds the vendor and amount to your accounts payable account. Now let's talk about the reports that you can create. In the Reports section of InFlow, choose Purchases, then Purchase Order Status. You can choose the filters that you want to search by, choose the status, such as to view only unfulfilled, started, and/or fulfilled sales orders, along with whether to add any other criteria for customizing your report. In the on-premise Windows version, you can click on Purchasing and choose to view unreceived, unpaid, and recent orders along with the orders assigned to me. Now let's talk about building products. Let's talk about the bill of materials. So the bill of materials is a recipe for your kit finished product. It includes the required raw materials to build the end product. InFlow uses it as a blueprint when creating work orders. The bill of materials and work order feature is only available right now with InFlow's on-premise software. It is said to be available within their web app in the near future. Let's go to the home page to get started. I'm going to choose an assembled part I created called baseball glove resin. I know it's a long ways from sunglasses. It will always be a stock product, and the category I created is to show that it's an assembled part. Since we have never built an assembly for this item, the cost field is blank. The cost will enter once I built my assembled item. I can enter the normal price I plan to charge. As we talked about, there's nothing made yet, so no quantity in inventory. In the Bill of Materials tab, we can enter the component parts that it takes to build the item. You can add a total labor cost on the bottom, or if you have already created other assemblies, as I have, you can add them to the list. I have a plate subassembly that combines the material and labor to make. I also have an engraving subassembly that covers the tape material and engraving labor. Click on How Many Can I Build link to calculate the maximum number of units that can be built based on the quantity of units available. I can manufacture 9 baseball resins. Click on the Manufacture button to go into your work order. Let's talk about the work order. First, you have the option to enter who is responsible for the assembly in the assembled buy box. Next, you want to choose the location so that InFlow understands where to remove the component parts from. You can add other costs such as labor or overhead. This will affect your finished item cost. You can enter a due date and assign to as well. The order number can be assigned by InFlow if you leave it blank. The finish date should be entered once the product has been built. In the component structure, I have highlighted finished products. You can see on the right side of the product name and that I have chosen 9 trophies to be built. Keep in mind, work orders don't need a bill of materials to be set up first, but it makes things easier to have a plan or recipe created ahead of time. You can change the bill of material component parts or add the components to the work order on the go. Another thing to understand is that InFlow will not complete your work order if you do not have enough components in stock. Right-click any red exclamation marks to reorder stock to quickly generate a reordering for your items. If everything is in stock, you are ready to pick your items. Choose the print icon at the top of the work order to print your work order, pick, and put away list. If you have multiple teams or sections that take care of each subassembly, you can also split assemblies into new work orders. You can choose a due date and assign to. Next, print the work order list. Once the subassembly is completed, you can choose Complete Order or use the Pick and Put Away tabs. We can now go back to our original work order, and you can see that there isn't a subassembly because the engraving subassembly has been completed. Click Complete Order or use the Pick and Put Away tabs to now sell the finished product. Let's go back to the finished product, and you can see that there are 9 inventory items to sell, and the cost is $14.78. All right, so now let's talk about how it affects QuickBooks Online. To move the inventory asset into QuickBooks, you will push the Inventory Value button. That will create an entry to enter the inventory asset amount into QuickBooks Online. Here's a few inventory reports that I think will be really helpful to wholesale manufacturing businesses. The first one is an estimated inventory duration report. This report estimates how long your current inventory will last based on how fast each product has been selling recently. You can filter by category and by average period of days. You can choose how to group your report and what columns to show on your report. Your report calculates based on your averaging period and quantity used during that time. This results in current anticipated quantity, estimated duration, and estimated out-of-stock date right down to the hour. You can also sort your columns, but you will have to regenerate the report again. Another one is a recommended reorder point report. This is based on historical sales and estimated safety stock. You can filter this report based on your criteria. Choose the averaging period along with the safety stock percentage. The safety stock percent is an extra amount in stock to reduce the risk of it running out. You also have to choose a location for the report to generate. You can choose how to group your report and add or subtract columns as desired. This report is grouped by category. The report will calculate based on average daily demand and lead time from your vendor. This will show your lead time demand, safety, stock amount, and recommended reorder point. The last column shows your current reorder point so that you can compare the recommended reorder point against the current reorder point. You can also sort your columns, but you will have to regenerate the report. The stock reordering report keeps track of total quantities of stock available with reordering information. First, choose your filters. Next, enter the criteria from the filters you've chosen. Again, you have to enter a location to generate the report. Only products that you have set reorder points will show here. You can choose how to group your report and what columns will show on your report. This report calculates based on quantity, on order, with current anticipated quantity. The reorder point column is what you currently have the product set at, and the last column shows the suggested quantity to change it to. You can also sort your columns, but again, you'll have to regenerate your report. That concludes our demo of day-to-day use with InFlow Inventory and how it works with QuickBooks Online. Remember to click below to get your 14-day free trial to test out InFlow yourself. Also click below to your QuickBooks Online to get it at a better discount than what QuickBooks offers through their website. Would you like to have your own free consultation with me to customize an unbiased solution for your business with a price quote? Sign up below to schedule a discovery call. One last thing before we end. I will be demonstrating other third-party apps along with QuickBooks how-to videos, so please subscribe to my channel. And again, as always, thank you so much for watching my video.